watching them take their match versus Seed 5, I believe, earlier. They didn't even wait for me to get done with my spiel. We don't get to see them select their characters or colors, so we'll find out here. Oh, they're red, green.
No. So disappointed. Looks like we got PCO out of Reflec.
Reflec built that PCO very fast. It's like they had a rehearsal for that.
It's almost like people memorize their openers, right?
So true.
Opener gaming. So, couldn't help but notice someone decided to be Gargura as their name, so nice. We got a shrimp in chat, or a shrimp in game rather. Alright, get a nice 3-chain, 4-chain out right here. And Amie does not have anything to really counter with.
Oh my god, it's looking pretty dire over here. And holy cow.
And then, you know, just setting up a GTR on top of it. Didn't need to start building up another chain, but just decided to do it.
Oh my god, this is so cursed. It's a right
side DT. Am I looking at right side DT? Who does right side DT?
Bro, what is going on over here? Alright, now you have this. Do they count to 4 over it? They're just stacking? This is like some weird anchor set technology.
You know, scientists haven't figured this one out yet, but they sure as hell have. We got this nice 7-chain coming out right here, and that's just going to win them the round.
Holy cow. So I think Anameru's Puyo is probably going to have to be heavier on harassments. Because Velvet is very good at chaining, at keeping up the like endurance chains, like how you just saw a 7 come out. If more than just a couple of rows at a time can be put on Velvet's board, then it'll be hard for them to deal with. You see now how they're pretty much buried?
Yeah. That ain't gonna work out.
Because the Puyo's the main smoking gun of that team over there. In Reflec and Velvet Blend. Velvet showing some great Puyo today. And
right side DT again.
If it can get buried, then that's gonna be great.
I want to know the reasoning behind the right side DT.
Maybe just for fun. You know.
What? We don't play video games for fun. What are you talking about?
That's crazy, dude.
A crazy concept.
Video games, a method of entertainment. No fun allowed. Speaking of, Tag made a very interesting video about quitting Tetris, which I think is good to watch.
Are you telling me Tag is quitting Tetris? I have not seen the video.
Yeah, it came out today. Or yesterday, I believe, so. Yeah, but man, Reflec, we just have Tetris versus Puyo. Reflec working through a lot of misdrops. Anameru has so much time to chain. Hopefully they can make it over there and unbury. And,
I think they chain going off right there. A nice power 4.
And it's gonna lead into the 6.
Yeah, that's 2 boulders right there. But Reflec does have you know, not dead yet, but it's looking grim. Especially with Anameru building up another chain. Definitely.
Like, with the misdrops consistently coming in from Reflection, you know, it's just giving Anameru a lot of flexibility in your builds. Now tying it up 2-2, first 9 set.
I like how you pointed out that first 9. You know, just reminding us.
I gotta make sure, dude. You gotta make sure, brother.
Oh, left side DT now. Reflec a master of all DTs. But unfortunately, not new DT. Makes me sad.
New DT.
That said, Anameru's really struggling here. Sent up with a lot of harassment to the top of the board, and they're going to get knocked out. And that's going to leave Amie
it's like
pretty helpless.
It's like the early game dominance is what's deciding the outcome of these. if Anameru and Amie are able to push out more damage in the beginning, it kind of puts Velvet in a limbo state, and it allows them to get topped out easier. Whereas if Anameru is getting pummeled at the beginning, as well as Amie, because they're sending lots of cheese over to Amie, it's gonna be more difficult to downstack. It's just basically that early firepower. But you see, Anameru's starting off these harassments now. Amie's upping the pressure, getting more creative with these attacks. And you see there is more nuisance on the board, but there are really good opportunities to dig.
You know, for a sec I thought Reflec was gonna go for a mid game side 4-wide and just completely canceled out of it. They had it. They had like 5 rows built up.
What's interesting is that I'm one of the only PBTTOs who's no longer banning 4-wide in their events after the MS2 technology, and it's only been used, I believe, in one of my matches across the 2 PBT tournaments I've held since. Makes you think.
It does make you think. You know, Kazu definitely did set a basically put MS2 on the map, and
yeah.
It's insane the influence that Kazu has had. Obviously being a very, very good player, but like, you know, basically just reshaped the meta with that one match against Anameru.
What I find very interesting is how Kazu's 4-wide in one of the WPL Opens kind of made 4-wide banning a standard. And now they're also standardizing MS2 as the counter strategy to it. It really is an interesting thing to bring up.
Absolutely, and it's, well, what's also interesting to bring up is that we're now at 4-3, pulling in like an edge transition right there on the conversation. I can do it too. You're not the only one.
Let's go. I'm glad that more people are starting to pick these up. Just like how Reflec picked up that Tetris PC right there.
Hey, there you go. Hey, there you go. You know, Edge might be a pro. Just might be.
You know, over time, I've somehow developed the strategy to segue anything, just like how I'm about to segue into Reflec's handling of this garbage, unfortunately misdropping this S piece.
Edge, you can't keep getting away with this.
I do every time.
You can't keep getting away with this, man. It's nasty.
It's my way of saying back to the match without saying back to the match.
Like, it's fun talking about everything except the match. What do you mean?
That is true, but oh my god, Reflec's greed putting them in a bit of a rough situation. Anameru has some chain damage lined up here, on a silver platter here for Reflec, but Reflec has this downstack that they're going to be working on here. Anameru going to have to build rather quick here before Reflec just gets just enough room to start T-spinning again. Oh, well, that ain't happening, brother. Oh, brother.
Yeah, and to deal with that, they got a power 2 chain into a 5 that they have
I'm gonna take the blame for that one. That was a
yeah.
commentary curse moment.
Yeah, we all blame Edge on that. We hate Edge in this house.
Yep. Hey yo. Okay, I'm fine with this. We now have a DT on the proper side of the screen. and you see the garbage rewarded them for that. Yeah. You see that?
I love when the garbage rewards that way, man. As a DT user myself.
But Anameru finding that all clear, largely substantial tank just dumped on Velvet Bun right there, knocked them out. Now it's all up to Reflec Tetris, but Amie's not letting off this gas. So many back-to-backs coming out in a little amount of time. Still has that 7-2 able to be maintained.
It's interesting to me to see that Anameru was holding off on that boulder damage and did not unleash it until they actually set off their chain. You know, they could have probably ended the round quicker, or at least put a big dent in it.
Style points, dude.
Gotta go with the style points.
Okay,
what's this 9-0 stacking out of Reflec? Oh, what is this? What is this, TEC?
Yo, dude. I can't wait until we start seeing some more TEC stacking.
Well, right now, you're just going to see some modern art stacking out of Reflec instead.
You know, maybe they're learning from the art scholar and the art professor. We thought about this.
You know, that is a good point. It is possible.
But they're holding up right now. They still have their Puyo to protect them. Anameru unfortunately got knocked out. And Amie's having a rough time at the top of the board. Not gonna be able to get the pieces to resolve. And Reflec, even though they were churning some butter, making some cheese at home, you know, Still
Yeah,
able to
man,
close
homemade
out.
cheese. You know, it's not very tasty, but hey, you know, you can make it. And we got matching all clears out of our Puyo players. They're both holding off on it, see when they decide to unleash it. Meanwhile, Reflec just building, you know, 7-2 on top of their garbage. Interesting decision. Ooh, that's unfortunate. A lot of damage going on Reflec right there. Knocked out. Now,
Yeah, you can just tell that when Reflec isn't providing good defense for Velvet Bun, that there's just so much coming through from Amie's Tetris.
Yeah. But it's still pretty even game. We're at 6-5 at this point. A very close match.
Yeah, for sure. 3 points for the win for Amie, 4 points for our team here in Velvet Bun and Reflec.
Okay. So out of Anameru, we got GTR, and out of Velvet, we got I Can't Believe It's Not GTR.
Yeah, still a sizable change to pop. We have Anameru here at the main. Gonna result in a 7. I hope I can count.
You can count. Congratulations, you passed kindergarten.
But there's a 5 for Velvet only. So many rocks on their board, and Reflect taking a brunt of that Puyo damage as well.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do it. Now it's 7-5, and you know, it's time to make a comeback if you're gonna make one, because it's first to 9, so you're running out of time. Looks like we're getting left side DT again. All right. All my homies love left side DT. This is a very C-spin follow-up. Yeah, there we go. We got this DT C-spin. You'll love to see it.
I love DTC spin, man. One of my favorite continuations. If I can get it off.
Man, I just go for new DT, man.
Is there...
But hey, it works.
I've never actually learned what new DT means. I've definitely seen the setup before, as you know, I am Mr. DT, but I just don't. I don't learn them by the names. I just know that there are things you can do.
Yeah, in Tetris there are things you can do. Edge 2022.
That's a good rhyme.
There you go. Not even intentional, but I'll take it.
That's a good rhyme for no rhyme or reason. But the rhyme and reason for this stream is we got a tournament here and some matches. Got that DT coming out from Reflect, transitioning it into 9-0 stacking. Getting a quick Tetris. And it's match point here, 8-5 for Anameru and Amie.
Oh my god, look at this chain coming up on Anameru. This is going to be juicy if it doesn't cut.
Yeah,
power
Velvet 5. And Reflect are going to have to start pumping iron, because there's so much coming out there. You got an 8 chain.
Yeah,
and they're able to.
They did not pump iron. They do not lift, and they are out.
Might be leg day for him. I don't know.
But who knows?